Our ancestors discovered this continent 1,000 years ago. As the place became renowned for its riches and beauty, a significant stream of settlers began and soon enough shattered its magnificence. A decision was taken, and in a desperate attempt, word was spread out that a tidal wave had flooded it. The legend of the Atlantide was born. Influx of traveller and merchants stopped, and our people have been living a simple, prosperous, and peaceful life ever since. Our legend is now turned on us, or is it fate? And a tide is coming. Awakened by fear, ambitions and skills that stood quiet for too long will soon be unleashed.
Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. This is Waves of the Atlantide. This is a game I just received, and it is in very early release on Steam. Just became available, and they sent me a key for it, and I decided I would give it a try. Go ahead and play it for everyone. Do kind of a first look, play through the tutorial a little bit. This is a real-time strategy game. It's kind of a 4X game. It's a very unique kind of take on those strategy genres. It also has kind of an element of battle royale to it. I really don't fully understand it yet, but we're going to hopefully unlock some of that as we go along. So let's dive into the tutorial, and we'll talk a little bit about the game as we do a first look and kind of an early review of this very early release game. It's pre-early access, in fact, version 0.90. All right, so let's dive into the tutorial on this thing. We're going to do a single-player new game tutorial and just take a look at what some of what this has to offer. All right, welcome to the WOTA world. Basic insights to the game. All right. Should last no more than 4 to 8 minutes. Man, that's how I like a tutorial to be. Victory, the last player alive wins. Defeat, a player loses the game when out of cities. You can control all of the game with your sole mouse. However, combining it with the keyboard shortcuts is the ideal way to play. All right. So, usual kind of movement stuff. Yeah, that's cool. All right. So, escape will either cancel the current action, deselect. All right, cool. In the HUD, ranking menu, F5, Empire menu, F1, and the Science menu, F2. Okay. Cities generate production points, food gains, science points, and troops. This is your first city. Okay, cool. I have clicked on it. Excellent. So this is a real-time strategy, so things are already happening. City menu provides detailed information about resources and queued productions. This is how much production material the city has in store currently. Production material is required to create everything in the city. It is local to each city. Each city can hold up to 100 units. All right, so it goes up at a certain speed. Okay, cool. All right, so we click on the production level to queue up the next level. All right, cool. Each city contributes to your empire's food gains. Food is required to create and maintain armies. All right, cool. Science. Each new science level that unlocks technologies. Excellent. Armies, get the dirty work done for you. Explore unknown areas, colonize new territories, defend from enemy attacks, and attack enemies. All right, seems simple enough. So armies can either be stationed or unstationed. Stationed armies double the defense strength when attacked. Unstationed armies can move. Takes a few seconds to switch between the two, so plan your needs carefully. Okay, so one soldier requires 1 food upkeep. A stack of 2 requires 4. 3 requires 9, so it's exponential. Every time you stack another soldier, it actually multiplies by that amount. So it behooves you to not have large stacks of soldiers, apparently. All right, additional troops in the army do not speed up the colonization progress. All right, so really it kind of, you take a negative hit for multiple soldiers after 2. So even 3 or 4 are only worth the same strength as 2. So while soldiers at the back do not count directly towards strength, they do get involved once the front row soldiers fall in battle. Okay, so there is some benefit to that. After selecting an army, press 3 to bring up the colonization action. You can only colonize areas that are free and directly next to your own territory. Colonizing is not intended at taking away enemy territory. Attacking is. Expand early and expand wide. Territory is where you can make cities, and cities is what makes you win. Okay. Creating a new city requires a free tile in your territory and must be at least 2 tiles away from another city. All right, seems simple enough. Science. You need science points to unlock technologies. Each technology you unlock increases the cost of the following one, regardless of the technology branch or depth in the branch. The HUD shows how many SPs you have. 1/3 means you need 2 additional. 4 out of 3 means you have enough. Okay. Seems simple enough there. All right, so technologies are the highway to flying color victory. Choose wisely and experiment new combinations when dealing with unknown situations. You cannot get all the technologies, even with more science points than there is. Choosing technologies is very much like choosing a weapon to enter the arena. Okay. So +1 production material. So then each one requires a little more, I guess. Need science points to unlock them. Yep, we already kind of discussed that. That's all for now. Okay, I guess that's all you get. So now we have to figure out how to win this thing. I won. I won the tutorial. Okay, that's great. I guess we're going to play an actual game now. So let's dive in and see what happens. All right, so we're choosing a single-player game. We're going to go with easy AI, I think, for our first time through. So let's get rid of these medium AIs, I think, and replace them with easy ones. Because I'm a loser, and I want to make it easy the first time through until I kind of get up to speed. Fog of War, world size, erosion speed. I believe, if I understand correctly, how this game ends is that eventually there's a flood that happens, and it floods the entire island, continent that you're on, and you have to be the last man standing after all that. Kind of like the idea in a battle royale where you have the storm that's closing in and kind of pushes everything toward the center. So we'll see how that operates when it comes to this game. Okay, so let's do a single-player game here against 3 easy AI opponents because I'm a chicken, and until I learn the game a little bit, I want to make it as easy as possible. So we're going to dive in. Not really going to change anything. I'll just do a simple easy game like this. So, all right. Here's our first city. So I guess let's go ahead and start colonizing neutral territories with the army that we've got so far. And then we're going to queue up another army or 2 here. And then how about some production material points? It's a real-time strategy game, so everything kind of just keeps on going. And I can see how this would be pretty intense when you get into playing against AI opponents. I mean, real opponents, not just AI. It's obviously not a game that's going to be very graphics heavy. So it should run on pretty much any computer, I would think. All right, perfect. Let's keep colonizing. And then can we go ahead and build a city up here? Yeah, perfect. There's our first new city. Let's get something going in that city. How about some food production, some science, and then an army. And then, oh, so you can queue up things that you want, which is nice, so you don't have to constantly be worrying about what's going on in those places. So that was a stationed army, so it obviously took a few seconds before it got going there. We've got a point of science. How about faster colonization? I think that's the way we want to go here. All right, let's look at the rankings. Hey, I'm first in armies, second in territories, last in everything else. So, man, it's going to be pretty intense. They don't give you a lot of downtime. There's obviously no pausing that's going on. So it's definitely going to take some getting used to, kind of figuring out how to do all of this and do it well. Can we build another city over here? There we go. Perfect. And how about another one up in here? Awesome. Keep on colonizing that way. Let's get some stuff queued up. So 2 we can press to get to our next idle armies if we have one. 1 goes to the next idle cities. I gotta queue up some food because I was like completely out of food there. Alright, how we doing so far? Good on territories, but man, I'm not doing well. So even on an easy AI, this is a pretty fast-paced game, and I feel like I'm not doing so well so far. Can we build another city somewhere? 3. Yeah, right there. How about another one? No, no, no. I guess not. Alright, I think we should probably at least have 1 army in each of my cities. Man, I cannot get any science going. Need some science. There's some science coming along. There's an idle city here. Just going to queue up some things. Don't have any armies here. I need to make sure I have a couple armies in that city. Make sure all of my armies are defended. Alright, you keep moving. Let's go over this way now. Oh, we've got some science available. How about some food production? Boy, that actually doubled my food production, so that was nice. How am I doing? Oh, still in 3rd place. I feel like I'm flying through this thing, but man, there's no mercy when it comes to how quickly you've got to be able to do things here. And you can see it gets pretty intense after a while because there's just so much you have to kind of manage. I wish I could kind of auto on some of these things, just tell these guys to do it by themselves after a while. We've almost got enough. Okay, at least everything's kind of producing on its own now. So it's really just a matter of getting my armies going. Let's get this army out, and we're going to get these guys to colonize out this way. Oh, we've got room to build some more cities. I should definitely be doing that. Okay, now how are we doing? Oh my gosh, I suck. So you can kind of see how easily, I mean, man, I can't even imagine how this would be against other AI modes. Alright, let's get out of the city building mode here for a second. Gotta get some more science going. There's some more science, okay. We're good on food production. I need to get material production going a little better. It don't really give you a lot of time to think on this. I just feel like it's going so fast. Oh, it looks like we're running into enemy cities for the first time. So now we've got to be careful here. I've got plenty of food available. Did I lose an army? Nope. We're about to run into somebody, though. Let's merge these armies together. And let's send these bad boys out. Got 2 armies here, too. Alright, do we have any idle cities? Yeah, we do. Let's attack. Let's do it. So even just moving into his territory takes kind of attack points, I guess. Oh boy. That was a poor choice on my part. Because I'm definitely going to get overwhelmed here. You can see I'm dead last in pretty much everything. So obviously I do not have the swing of things just yet, but you kind of get a sense of how things operate. So let me go ahead and dive in and restart this and see if I can get a little better the next time around. Alright, so this time I'm playing against just 2 AI opponents, and I've turned off Fog of War so we can see everything, but apparently we can only see so far, and I'm right by the water, and I feel like that's not necessarily a good thing in a game where eventually it's going to flood, but I believe, if I understand right, that the trees kind of slow the flooding down a little bit, so I don't know if that'll help me or not, but alright, we'll kind of jump in and out of this one, see how it goes. Okay, so I'm doing a little better this time around. Kind of getting the hang for the speed of the game a little bit more than I did before. Obviously still a long way to go, but I'm recognizing the need to do things differently. Worked on production early on in terms of my technology building. Same with my cities. I made sure that I kind of worked on production early so that I had enough to kind of do other things faster as I go along. Now we'll start doing some more colonization this way. We're just about running into the other cities here in just a minute, and you can see how he does things a little bit better than I do, and I've got these mountains in the way that are making it a little more difficult, but there we go. We can build a city there. See, none of these things are making it very easy for me to build cities in some of these places. But I'm at least doing a little better. But anyway, you get the idea of how this all works. I'm going to let it play out a little bit and then see what happens with this whole flooding thing so you can kind of see that part of the mechanic, and we'll see how it all ends up. So you see what he did here. He's got armies absolutely everywhere. My goodness. So there's obviously a different way of doing things than I'm doing them, because he's just got armies in every little area of his map there. So obviously I've got a lot to learn about how this works, because now you can see he is merging his massive armies together, and I guess I'm probably going to have to do the same thing if I want to compete. Well, the game actually just crashed on me, and that's something I guess you can probably expect to have happen on a kind of an early release game. You know, they're working out the kinks, things like that. But there you've gotten at least a little bit of a glimpse into Waves of the Atlantide and how the game works. I will keep up with this, and I'll continue to play and get better at it. And as it gets more and more released and more features are unlocked, I'll come back and do a proper review of it. But in case you happen to see that on the Steam store and you were interested, at least you got a little bit of a look into what the gameplay has to offer. Definitely a very different view on things. I can see there's kind of, even though it's very simple mechanics, it's going to take some work on my part to get good at it, because obviously even the easy AI was just destroying me. So it'll be interesting to get more skilled at the game. It'll be interesting to be able to play some multiplayer on that one. And so check it out when you get a chance, if that's the kind of thing you're into. That's just a really early look. I know I didn't really show you much, but that's kind of all there is at the moment. But I'll keep you updated. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.